Police experts tell CBS 17 it is the biggest problem officers face today. We're talking about calls involving mental health. Thanks for joining us. I'm Angela Taylor.
And I'm Rod Carter. Agencies are in fact seeing a lot more of them, and it's keeping those officers very busy on some difficult calls. New at 11, CBS 17's Sean Cudahy is live for us in Raleigh, digging deeper into this problem and looking at what agencies are trying to do to handle it. Sean.
Rod and Angela, a number of agencies are trying new things. Here in Raleigh, for instance, on some calls, social workers will join officers. But across the region, across the state, in fact, we found cases involving mental health crises are going up.
Just a night ago, CBS 17 was there as 3 Morrisville police officers got awards for what they did at this apartment complex back in September. Acting quickly, they saved the life of a man in distress who had severely harmed himself.
The officers use their instincts to react.
But even as interim chief Pete Acosta presented his officers with life-saving awards, he told CBS 17 these types of calls are on the rise.
Over the last 3 years, by hundreds.
In fact, just a year ago, Morrisville officers responded to 58 of those calls. Already this year, they've seen more than 100.
And Morrisville police are not alone. This study I reviewed shows mental health calls for officers have sharply risen during the pandemic. How big of an issue is this for police departments that they're dealing with right now?
The biggest.
That's Brandon McGaha. He focuses on North Carolina for the Police Benevolent Association. He says the calls have been mounting for 3 to 4 years.
Officers are still not well equipped for all the different types of mental cases they can deal with.
Raleigh police recently began a new Acorns program aimed at helping those in distress and keeping crime down. Although a department spokesperson told me at this point they do not have data to show the impact the program has had to date. Back in Morrisville, Chief Acosta says despite the call load, his officers will be there like they were that day in September.
And I couldn't be more proud of them.
And as a reminder of just the vast responsibility these officers have, those Morrisville officers were trained in both crisis intervention and in first aid, which they used to save that man's life. Live in Raleigh tonight, Sean Cudahy, CBS 17 News.
All right.